Hey, this video is for everyone that is taking the NBPA Agent Exam in the 25-26 season. There are some major updates that I want to share with you all going into the test this year, so stick around to the end to get all of the nuggets that you need. Number one, the test is going to be in person this year, which for me to you is a great thing. The ability to write down your answers and circle and come back and cross out, that ability to me is like second to none when it comes to test taking. So what does that mean for your studying? You need to be studying with your binder currently. What does that mean? Everything that you're reading, you're studying with, you need to print out, because the last thing that you want is to go into the exam and the first time that you've looked at your binder to see where trades are or where exceptions are is the day that you're taking the exam. You don't want that. When I took the exam, there were people with these massive binders and they're flipping through and they're trying to figure out where things are, versus me, who I had everything tabbed out and sectioned out, and I had been studying with my binder for 6 to 8 months. At that point, I knew exactly where anything was. So as soon as a topic came up, I'm in the middle, I'm in the front, I'm in the back of my binder. So you should be studying with your binder right now. Print everything out. The second thing that you absolutely need to be cognitive of is AI. When it comes to AI and ChatGPT, I love it. I am here for it. I use automation. I use ChatGPT for everything that I do in my business and life. I love it. But when it comes to studying for this NBPA exam and that CBA, if you are not knowledgeable, if you don't know the CBA like the back of your head, if you don't know that topic enough to challenge ChatGPT when it's hallucinating, you should not be using it to study. I've used it over the last 6 months, and there are times where I'll use a regular phrase, like let's say renegotiate, and I may say, if we want to renegotiate this contract for my client. Well, renegotiate in everyday terms means one thing, but in the CBA, renegotiations mean something very particular. First of all, you can't even renegotiate a contract if you're over the salary cap. So if you did not feed ChatGPT all of that information, you didn't ask it that information, it's not going to answer you in that way. So you want to be very careful when you're using ChatGPT. I think that has been like the number one question that I've received this season is like, hey, can I drop the CBA in ChatGPT and study that way? And on one end, I'd say like 50% of the time it's feeding you great information and it breaks it down in layman's terms. But the other 50% of the time, it may tell you something that it searched online that may not be CBA language. So there's a lot of different things that happen when you're using AI. So I would say, unless you're really locked in on that topic, you really have a great understanding of it, stay away from the ChatGPT. Okay, and the third thing I want to bring your attention to is pay attention to the details. Now, this CBA was brought out in 2023, but a lot of things were phased in. So for trades, particularly, you may have something that was applicable in 2023, 2024, but in 2025, 2026, those numbers have changed. The rules may have changed. So you want to definitely pay attention to that. Same thing for the luxury tax. So there are specific topics where you want to pay attention to before the after the 23-24 season, after the 24-25 season. We're now going into the 25-26, and the test will be very particular, and they will let you know what year they're talking about, but you need to understand how that nuance changed or impacts the year that we're currently in. So those are just some of the updates that I would say pay attention to. If you are studying for the exam and you need help, I do have one-on-ones available now throughout the beginning of January. I do have a review webinar that is coming up, and I do have a mock exam that is available on the site. So click the link below to check out the resources that will work the best for you.